The Education Secretary, Michael Gove, calls them enemies of promise, whose bigoted ideology is denying children a better future. They call him a communist dictator, determined to privatise state education. The battle has been joined over plans to force failing primary schools in North London to become academies. For tonight's special report, our social affairs editor, Jackie Long, has been hearing from angry parents who've already launched a legal challenge and last night staged a packed public meeting to denounce the plans.
A century of history. Now Downhill's primary faces an uncertain future. The children here need rescuing, according to the Secretary of State, saved from an education which is failing them. He's ordered Downhills to become a sponsored academy, run by an outside body, cutting ties with the council. But the parents seem in no rush to accept.
I do feel like they're taking advantage of the fact that we're in a more disadvantaged community, that they think that we're just going to sit back and let them do what they want to us because we're not, I don't know, not rich enough, not clever enough, not middle class enough.
Everyone's, trying to rally around. It's improved over the last number of months.
But what about the idea that becoming an academy would improve it further, would improve it quicker?
Well, is there any evidence to state that? For primary education, I don't think there is. And I don't want Michael Gove gambling with my children's education.
Not enough time, no. Not enough time. Because I just keep getting letters saying it's going to be in an academy, and I said, why? I'm not happy about that.
And last night, hundreds packed into the school hall as part of an ongoing campaign to fight the academy plan.
And we say to Michael Gove, don't treat us like a bunch of fools.
Downhills was given notice to improve by Ofsted last year. Parents insist progress has been made. This year, the school reached just above the government's minimum standard. Yet in December, they were told they had 4 weeks to agree to become an academy, another fortnight to find a sponsor. The local MP, a former pupil, has joined the fight.
There's a strong argument that all of these things are excuses. The fact there's high mobility, the fact that there's poverty. There are people who run academies who would tell you that they can turn schools like that around and they should be allowed to turn this school around.
I've been to some of those academies. There are great academies, but as I repeat, there are 2,500 primary schools in Britain that have performance worse than this one. So can we start this foisted academy on those schools and then return perhaps to Downhills? But at the moment, this is premature and unfair, and that's why the school is quite rightly seeking judicial review.
There's been a huge turnout here tonight. Hundreds of parents and teachers, one very direct message. Michael Gove has got a massive fight on his hands.
And it's a fight Mr Gove seems more than keen to take on. He learnt something of the challenges of engaging a room of pupils during a speech at an academy last week. But his language was uncompromising. There would be no excuses for teachers or schools which fail their pupils.
Futures are being blighted, horizons are being limited, generations of children are being let down. And yet the response of the campaigners to an attempt to rescue the situation is hands off. Hands off the unacceptable waste of talent. Hands off the chronic, ingrained educational failure. Hands off our failing school.
Downhills is not the only school Michael Gove has in his sights. This is Knowle Park. It's fallen into special measures, and as a result, it's set to become one of the first primary schools in the country to be forced to become an academy.
Knowle Park's Ofsted moved from good with outstanding features to inadequate within 3 years, a judgment it disputes. There are more than 40 languages spoken at the school, and some children arrive aged 8 or 9, never having been to school before. Staff here say focusing just on results doesn't take such challenges into account. Like Downhills, they were given 6 weeks to agree to academy status and find the right sponsor.
We'd like to be given more time to choose the right sponsor, but as I understand it, the Minister actually has the final word, so we don't know what actually is going to happen to us, and that's the anxiety. The unknown is the anxiety at the moment.
Changing the landscape of primary education in England is Michael Gove's vision. Just 2% are currently academies, and he wants that figure to grow. He's vowed to force 200 poorly performing primaries to become sponsored academies. His battle with the parents of Downhills was not part of the plan.
Jackie Long in North London, and we did ask Michael Gove, indeed any minister from the Department of Education, to come and talk about this issue. No one was available.